Marama Davidson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm very proud to rise tonight in the House to support my colleague Calvin Davis, kia ora Calvin Davis, sorry, the Housing Corporation Affordable Housing Development Amendment Bill, which proposes to build 10,000 affordable homes, which is over 10 years, 100,000 affordable homes. We absolutely need more affordable homes. This country is facing a housing crisis, the likes of which we have not seen. And the government owes it to New Zealanders to admit that we have a housing crisis, to actually just say the words, we have a housing crisis. Homelessness is driven by a lack of affordable housing. Again, that is what this bill is wanting to fix. Again, this government will not commit to ending homelessness because by denying that there is a housing crisis in the first place, that lets you off the hook for actually trying to sort it. So at the moment, the homelessness we are facing again is something a detriment that we have never seen before, 41,000. In 2006, that was homelessness was at a level of 1 in 120. Now it is 1 in 100 people are homeless. So the cost of doing nothing, which is what has happened to our country under the leadership of the National Party, is incredibly expensive and morally disgracefully wrong. So we saw how expensive it is, for example, with the emergency funding blowout, where this government are putting people up in motels because there is not enough housing, state housing, social housing or affordable housing to be able to have everybody in a home. So $2 million was set aside for the year, earmarked for this particular emergency cause. But instead, nearly $8 million was spent only in a few months. Only in a few months because this government doesn't have a handle on the extent of this crisis and what is actually happening around our country. So, and another example of how this government is trying to undermine exactly what is happening can be seen with the major discrepancies in the number of how social housing places are even counted, where we have the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment saying that there are just shy of 61,000 social housing places, except Social Housing Minister Amy Adams says there are 66,000 social houses. So undermining the extent of the crisis as well as trying to make the fix-up look better than what is actually going on. And also, we have a waiting list of 6,000 people for a state home amidst a government state house sell-off. So, we could go on all night about the failure of this government to address housing and to ensure our people in our communities do have a warm, dry, secure home to live in. But it all goes to their denial of the crisis so that they don't have to fix it. And why do they not want to fix it? Because it is more important to protect speculation, which is the buying of houses as a business, than it is to actually uphold the core responsibility to ensure everyone has a good home. So, Mr. Speaker, building more affordable homes in the thousands, in the numbers that we actually need, is absolutely the step that we need to be taking. And the government owes it to properly commit to having a plan to actually get us there. It was unfortunate to hear the member Joanne Hayes feeling quite outraged at this bill. She was quite outraged by the end of her speech, and she drew some pretty long bows and compared this legislation with wasting time in the House. What is this House for if it isn't to debate the housing crisis? She said this government works for all New Zealanders. We've got everything sorted. Mr. Speaker, That is offensive to the realities of what is actually happening to our people in our communities today. I am quite appalled that she stood to say that. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
John O'Naylor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.